And another warm welcome from the BRTK studios in Lefkosha. Welcome to A Cup of Conversation. My name is John Ghazi. In the studios today, I have a really fun program with three lovely ladies and one very handsome gentleman, not me. We have Stephanie Harrison-Croft, Sibel Guzen, and also Liz Kirtley, and the very, very handsome Frodo. So you can guess by seeing Frodo in the middle of us that we are talking about dogs, and in particular, we're talking about the group Hope4Pets. So first of all, welcome everyone to the programme.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And first of all, Stephanie, let's say hello. Welcome back to you. The last time you were on my show, a few years ago, you were under your yoga hat.
That's correct.
But today you are now wearing your Hope4Pets hat.
Yes, it seems that way.
It is definitely that way. Now, let's find out about you. How long have you been involved with Hope4Pets?
Since it was first formed over 4 years ago, more or less, it was originally formed as a Facebook group, and then it went on and to the stage and point that we're at the moment, where we're a full charity status here in Northern Cyprus and also in the UK and Wales. So it's been quite some time now.
I remember interviewing Maria Chappell, who is now back in the UK.
Yes.
She left Cyprus a while ago, and she actually, I think, began this as well, didn't she? She started the Facebook group.
She actually formed the Facebook group, that's correct,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And now you are a registered charity.
We are, yes, which is aside from, it's linked with the Facebook group, but we're completely aside from it as well now. We've got...
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Stephanie, I'm sure lots of people know you because you have been giving yoga classes and you are working very, very hard for Hope4Pets. But how long have you been here in North Cyprus?
14 years.
14?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Time goes by very quickly, doesn't it?
It does, certainly does, yeah, yeah.
What brought you here to the TRNC?
I like the sun, better quality of lifestyle, and we just got a little bit tired of living in the UK, so that's what brought us over, and we're still here.
And here you are now, 14 years down the line, still happy to be here in the TRNC?
Yeah, I love it. It's got its problems, but everywhere's got its problems.
Everywhere?
Yeah.
Nowhere's perfect?
I feel like it's home.
It is home.
Yeah.
Have you always been an animal lover?
Yeah.
Always had pets?
Always, yeah.
Always dogs?
Dogs, cats, horses, gerbils, snakes, anything. The only thing I haven't had is a goat, I think, but everything else.
That's next on the list.
Yeah, I've just had, since when I was born, apparently a cat had kittens in my pram. So I think I was maybe destined to be with animals all my life.
With animals. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll find out more about Hope4Pets in a minute, but let's say hello to Sibel. Hello, welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
And I believe that you are a vet, yes? And do you have a clinic in Guinea?
Yes, private surgery. Yes.
You have a private clinic. I think today you were brought along and you didn't realise that you were going to be also on the television.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming along. And you are very happy with Frodo at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lovely doggy. He's good with everybody. It's not only me. I mean, as you see, he's very, very calm, you know. He's cool, actually. He's quite comfy.
Yeah, he looks very, very happy at BRT. Not scared of the lights or the cameras at all. Very, very professional. And Sibel, how long have you been a vet?
Oh, since 2001. It's been 17 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. So when you were growing up, did you always want to work with animals? Did you always think that you'd be a vet?
Not really.
No?
It was the last minute choice, actually.
Where did you study?
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
And so you have are you based in Guinea or whereabouts in Guinea are you?
On the way of the Bellapay.
Is there a name of is it your
Pet Cross. Pet Cross, yes.
Ah, so everyone who knows Pet Cross knows Sibel. Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
And we'll speak about your involvement with Hope4Pets in a minute, but let's finally introduce Liz. Welcome to the programme, Liz.
Thank you.
Now, we were speaking off air before the interview. You are actually based in the UK, but you come back and forth to the TRNC, don't you?
Yes.
So what's your link with North Cyprus? Where are you based at the moment? Where are you in the UK?
I'm in West Yorkshire,
West
a
Yorkshire,
little village called Willesden.
Did you ever live here in the TRNC?
No, we came 2010 and we bought a house here, so we have a holiday home here, and we just loved it. So
you can't, even though you have a house here, you go back and forth between the two countries?
yes.
Not one permanent address at the moment?
No.
So what's your involvement with Hope4Pets? How did you get involved? Because I know that you are doing some work wherever you are in the world. You're still involved with the group, aren't you?
Yes. I got involved through I found a dog in 2010 who was quite emaciated and needed caring. So at the end of the holiday, the 2 weeks, we decided to take him back to the UK. But he needed his 4 months here to get all the rabies injections, and Maria Chappell looked after him for us.
Yeah.
So that's how I got involved with Hope4Pets.
Very nice, very good story there. And he's getting more and more comfortable, is our Frodo. Back to you now, Stephanie. So, Hope4Pets, I'm sure those who are on Facebook or on social media know about this group. And you are doing a lot of great work. I mean, recently, a few months ago, our very own Denise Phillips, Radio Angel, on the radio, she had an incident where she found a dog.
Yes.
And she didn't know what to do. She's not a real big dog person.
No, she's not at all, is she? Yeah.
As a cat at home. And she found you, and in fact, that dog was rehomed, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, very quickly actually.
Very quickly, because it was a beautiful dog.
Yeah, Samoyed.
Snapped up that dog straight away. It was abandoned, it was left, you know, and you looked after it. What is Hope4Pets all about? What is your mission? If you want to summarise what you are doing, forget about what's going on Facebook. What is actually going on out there in the real world in North Cyprus with Hope4Pets?
We work basically for the betterment of animal welfare in TRNC, and we help within the community with animals, with veterinary care, and people that are helping animals within the community to try and support them with veterinary bills. We encourage spaying and neutering. We get homes for animals. We find lost animals, and we get homes for them in the UK as well. We've sent several animals back to the UK. So that's what we're all about. But if we can help anywhere, from one end of the island to the other, if we're able to do it, we will do. So, yes.
It is a big issue, isn't it? In North Cyprus, it's always been an issue. Animals, pets, dogs in particular, street dogs, abandoned dogs, dogs that need rehoming further at home. And lots of people feel passionate about animals. In fact, it's probably one of the biggest debates on Facebook where people are, you know...
It's a very emotive subject as well.
Yeah, very emotive
People
subject.
do take it really...
very personal, very sore point. You know, don't, you know, misunderstand me, but, you know, it can be at the beginning of the end of a friendship even, if things go wrong.
It can,
if,
absolutely,
But quite rightly, because, you know, these are our four-legged friends, fur babies, these innocent creatures are sometimes abused or neglected, and it is heartbreaking. Lots of stories. In fact, some people even leave the internet because they don't want to see any more stories about animals. But what you're doing is very, very important, because there are other people out there who are looking for dogs, maybe.
Exactly.
And so instead of going to a pet shop or going and buying a dog, maybe what we're trying to say here with Hope4Pets and with any other dog charities is that adopt a dog that needs a home.
There's so many street animals that need homes. They're in desperate need of homes. They're starved, they're poisoned, they're fighting for survival every day. And they need the homes. They need the homes. They give you so much back. It is unbelievable. A stray animal that you take in, they never let you down. They're so grateful for taking them in. They make the best companions. I mean, Frodo here, with no expectation whatsoever, and you don't need to buy one. You know,
It is amazing, and we'll talk about Frodo's particular story in a bit. But let me get back to Sibel. So, Sibel, do you work with Hope4Pets now? Do the dogs come to you, and do you do all the?
Yeah, they come when they need help. Then they come to the surgery. I mean, once they have the injured dogs, or you know. Usually they have the injured dogs or cats that they come to the surgery.
As a veterinarian, you've been around for quite a while now. As you said, you graduated from Istanbul a few years ago. Has there been an increase in people having dogs, bringing dogs in, especially amongst the Turkish Cypriots as well, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, the Cypriots, they're getting better. I mean, so much better. If I think about when I came first, 2001, it was, I mean, so much harder. But now, I can see, I mean, we have maybe half now. Half of our clients are Turkish Cypriot and half of our clients are, because we are in Kyrenia, that we have lots of foreign clients.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Cypriots definitely getting better about their animals. They care more about their animals. You know, it's becoming the part of their family. Definitely.
I think we're learning, aren't we, from each other? The cultures are mixing with each other, and so we're, you know, I mean, Turkish Cypriots do love the, you know, the country life, but dogs were seen more of like an
Because of the culture, you know, always they're outside.
Yeah, they were outside.
You
weren't
eat,
they?
and what's left you give to the dogs, or you know,
They were.
only the kennels, not inside. Not, I mean.
We didn't think of having dogs inside with us as part of the family. They were always more of a functional dog, or you know, dog maybe
Hunting,
like
working
hunting dogs,
Yeah.
or maybe dogs for the shepherds, whatever. But slowly but surely, they become part of the family for everyone, and we've caught up with the rest of the world, the rest of Europe, I hope, in some respects, with that. But again, as we all know, there is a problem with stray dogs, with dogs being abandoned, or you know, the fact that they are not neutered and spayed. The fact is that, you know, they multiply, and you find abandoned dogs, puppies everywhere, and it's a sad story. But you're bringing a good side of the story, aren't you, at the end of the day?
Well, we're trying our best. We sometimes feel like we're pedaling backwards, but we've helped an awful amount of animals. You know, I think we must have homed thousands on the Hope4Pets page. Literally thousands of animals to be either rehomed, found, or treated with veterinary care. I mean, it just goes on and on, but had we not been there, some of them would have been helped by others, but you know, we've helped a vast amount of animals.
I remember Maria
amount.
telling me that when she opened up the Facebook page, the number of people joining that page was incredible. I don't even think she expected that many people to, you know, get involved. And all of a sudden, all these people that she knew or didn't know, people adding each other, you know, join this page, and it became such a good way.
Yeah, we've got over 5,500 members now.
Amazing. That's an amazing number.
It is. Admitted they're not all active, but we do have members. Yeah.
Still, you're reaching out there to the people.
We are.
Like you were saying, you know, Maria Chappell, she helped you and she looked after your dog and everything.
Yes.
So, what's your link now with Hope4Pets? You wanted to give back, you were saying to me. You wanted to help in a certain way. So what do you do now then, Liz?
I set up the website from the UK, and then I also did the UK charity, so we're now UK charity as well, and also sort of do all the accounts. So I sort the bills out for the vets, and then Stephanie actually pays the vets. So yeah, I sort of keep a track of the cash.
So even though you are in the UK, you can still keep control of what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
The accounting bit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you've got the internet and Facebook, you can do it from wherever.
So is there a branch, or not a branch, but is there something going on in the UK that supports Hope4Pets here as well then, or not at the moment there?
Not at the moment.
I mean, Maria's there.
Yes.
So maybe you should try and find each other again in the UK and start up the UK branch of Hope4Pets.
I think she's really down in the south, isn't she? And then I'm in the north.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that at some point there's going to be some fundraisers or something over there once we can get some more help, maybe from in the UK.
Yeah. Because I know that a lot of people who have pets here and then maybe decide to go back to the UK, take their pets.
Yeah.
And that's another process that has to be done legally, and you know, lots of things to be doing, you know, with that. But it's such a rewarding thing. I mean, once you have a pet, you can't stop, can you?
No.
No.
And this brings us now to Frodo, because his story is quite interesting. Frodo is your dog, isn't he?
He is now, yes.
He is now.
Yeah.
He was. Before you had Frodo, how many pets did you have at home? Can you remember at that time?
Some.
You don't want to admit how many you have?
Well, we've got everything from rescued birds to wild birds, as well as domesticated birds, to tortoise, fish even that we've rescued, cats and dogs.
So you had a busy house already?
Let's put it that way, yeah.
Okay, so what happened? How did you meet Frodo?
I actually saw him near the Ozonkoy football ground as I was driving, and he was just stood on the corner with his head down, a young puppy. He was about 4.5 months old, and I saw him, and I'll never forget the first time I actually saw that image of him. and it was very cold. It was in January. It was when we were having all the snow last year. And anyway, I started going down to feed him, and I made a shelter for him down there because I couldn't get anywhere near him at all. It took me almost a week to catch him, and that was an opportunist event. But I managed to catch him, and I took him home and then tried to rehome him repeatedly on the group. There were no offers that came forward at all until one came from the UK, which would have meant another 4 months with us. And by that time we'd become really fond, and I said, well, if he's with us another 4 months, I wouldn't have let him go. Plus I would never, you know, maybe not have actually met these people in person. And we just decided to keep him, despite all the other responsibilities we had. But saying that, he was the best thing that we ever did. I'll never regret taking him.
Amazing. So he was destined to be with you.
Yeah.
The fact is that when you first saw him in the
Yeah.
first few days, he was just based there. He never ran away.
No.
He was always there. Even though it took you a week to actually
Yeah.
catch him.
Yeah.
He was always in the same area.
Yeah, he used to hide behind a rock, and if you went near him, he would just frightened, and he'd just run away into the undergrowth. So we started feeding him at a distance and then walking away, but you just couldn't get anywhere near him.
So you're not really frightened of people?
Yeah, he'd been badly traumatised. He's got a scar down his side, and even now, if there's a loud noise or you move a little bit too quickly, he's worrying in case something's got to happen. But as you can see now, he's come on in leaps and bounds. And
definitely. And I mean, in the few minutes that we were waiting outside before the interview, everyone at BRT fell in love. In fact, we have an intern girl, her name is Anastasia, and she was like a bit worried because she's a bit frightened of dogs, but even she was loving him at the end. I mean, he is an amazing animal.
Is, he wins people round, people and dogs and other animals round. His best friend is a cat. So he's,
And in fact, he's not just any old dog for you now, because he's actually a therapy dog as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm training. Well, actually, I don't have to do a lot of training. It comes quite natural to him. He goes into schools with the children and meets all the children. He's been to see handicapped and disabled children, and they're actually reaching their hand out, and adults as well. And he's started going to our events as Hope4Pets mascot. Yeah. And he's a true ambassador for all the other brothers and sisters he's got out there, to show people that dogs can be an integral part of the family and society.
Sibel, as a vet, do you get people bringing you dogs and saying, we found this dog and they want to leave it with you? Maybe
a lot. You can't believe, every week. I mean, maybe sometimes a few times a week.
Really?
Because we have too many, strays, special dogs and cats. That I mean, every week we have sometimes we have a problem with the people, when they find the injured strays, they just bring it in and they just want to leave it, They don't want to take any responsibility. They think it's our, because being a vet, that means you have to
look after it. So what happens then? If somebody left a dog with you and said, we found this dog, it's injured, look after it, bye-bye, I'm off. What do you do? Do you then call Stephanie?
Of course, the first thing that I do is call Stephanie. I need help.
and we get another dog, Stephanie, please.
We're trying to do our best. Thank God that they're helping us as well. I mean, I think we've been very lucky that, we find a home, at least for foster family, to look after them. If the cat's a bit easier, at least we can keep it at the surgery. But the dogs, we can't keep them at the surgery. That's a problem for us. Yeah. One of us has to take it to home, or Stephanie or Emma. But it is a hard work,
It is hard work. It is, and it's very sad, isn't it? Because this is a live thing, and it's got its own, special personality, and you don't want to say no. No. You don't want to have to turn a dog away. But sometimes, what can you do? I mean, there's no, if you start saying yes, then you end up with hundreds of dogs in your home.
There is no end for it.
There's no end. No. There is no end. And I know that because
we have so many strays, there's no end.
Because I've seen, I mean, my sister, she lives next door to me, she's got a big garden, and we've got 3 dogs.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could, anytime you see a stray or anytime you think, I need to, but you know, enough, 3's enough. But is it enough? 4, 5? But it never ends, does it, Stephanie? You can never, you can't rescue every single dog and keep every single dog.
No.
So, but we're trying to rehome every single dog
much
that
as
we
we can.
find.
Yeah.
So it's a good relationship that you have with each other. That's did you remember? Did you know Frodo when he was a puppy then?
No, I don't remember actually. That's what I was asking Stephanie when we first came here.
Yeah.
I don't
You don't-
remember.
you
when
don't
it was
remember?
the, you know,
She actually did
it was my
castrate him
colleague.
though. So
I done the operation.
Yeah, you did the operation.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't remember how he was first.
I think when he first came, it was my colleague checked him.
Right. Okay then. But what do you think? Now look at. I mean, you're holding. You know,
I mean, I'm
the
just
lead.
holding it, but I don't even need to hold it.
Yeah,
He's such a
but-
good boy.
He's very good. Is this normal? Is this usual for a dog like this, a rescue dog, to be so calm? I mean, he's so gentle,
Yeah, I mean,
well behaved.
I can tell you that most of the strays, you know, crossbreeds, I mean, so much better than the pure breeds, believe me. I mean,
Really?
of course you need to train them, but in the years that I have seen so many strays and the pure breed dogs, I mean, strays are so much better than the pure breeds, believe me.
Wow, this is coming from an experienced vet here. That you know, you don't have to get a pure breed dog. You know, don't have to be flashy and spend all that money. Although you can if you want to. You know, I'm not going to start saying no to everybody, but you know, do please, you know, think about rescue dogs or dogs that are being abandoned that need a new home, a forever home, because one could turn out like this, like Frodo, an amazing dog who is probably fallen asleep now because he's so bored about chatting. Anyway, so while he sleeps and snores away there, back to you, Liz. So you have this connection with Hope4Pets. I mean, you know, you don't have to do all this. You know, you're not. You're a volunteer.
Yeah.
You're helping out, but you obviously yourself are a dog lover.
Yes. Yes.
When you come back to, I mean, without putting, you know, the blame on anyone else in any society, do you see a big difference between the dogs here and the dogs in the UK? Okay, there are probably no stray dogs in the UK because everyone houses them, but is there a big discrepancy now, or do you think that we're catching up here in North Cyprus with the rest of the world?
Better than when I first came.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say so. But there's still quite a lot of strays that I see around, and also people that own dogs seem to let them wander around. Whereas in the UK they don't really do that. They're either walked on a lead or in the gardens. But here sometimes even if they're owned, they wander around. So it's a bit hard to see which is a stray and which isn't.
It is, yeah.
Sometimes.
And you don't know which dog is owned and which dog is a stray dog because they're all running around the streets. They might not all have a collar on.
No, the only way you can tell is if they're a bit hungry or they've got ticks or, you know, there's something wrong with them, and then you do. But we've had quite a few sort of dumped where we live near Edremit, and every time I come, we've taken 4 back already, but we haven't kept them. Our friends have them. But every single time I come, there's one.
There's more and more. So when you say you take them back, so are you now sort of like quite experienced with what to do if you want to take a dog from the TRNC to the UK?
We're getting there.
You're getting there.
We sort of know what we're doing now. Yes.
Is
Yes,
it
we do.
fairly complicated or uncomplicated?
No, it's actually quite easy. It's quite easy. Once you know what you're doing with the paperwork, then
It just takes time.
it does.
I believe.
It's the only thing is the 4 months that you have to wait for the rabies here, rather than in Europe where you don't have to do that.
And that's why in the 4 months, poor Stephanie couldn't say goodbye to Frodo. So Frodo stayed. Otherwise, if it was a home here in the TRNC, maybe he would have gone straight away to that new home and then you wouldn't have had that link. But as you say, the best thing that ever happened, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
He
It
is.
is, absolutely.
How could we be without Frodo here in the studio today? So, you know, you've seen things develop and change in the TRNC. Do you think that because dogs are maybe freer here and then they do go out and obviously, you know, they're multiplying and you find street dogs, because not everyone is dumping. We don't want to give that image that everyone is dumping dogs everywhere. Obviously, stray dogs are, you know, free, carefree, and then the puppies are born.
That's it.
They're all running around, and it just multiplies and multiplies and multiplies like cats do. If you don't control them, if you don't neuter and spay them, if you don't have somebody like Sibel here to go to and to help,
That's it. I think it's even the dogs that are owned. A lot aren't spayed, so which is the voucher scheme that we try and do with so Hope4Pets pays half the price of the spaying. So they can come to us for a voucher, and then we pay.
So maybe that cuts the burden of the financial cost.
This is it.
To anybody who wants to, help a dog out in this way.
Well, that's it. And as long as there's no more puppies, that's brilliant.
You've got to have a cut-off point somewhere. You've got to stop all these dogs breeding everywhere.
Yeah,
Cats
but
too,
it's
as well.
difficult. It's a very difficult. It's a very hard job. I know that alongside you, we have to say hello to other charities, all the dog charities out there that are doing their best in all parts of the country for the dogs, for all the animals, the cats, dogs, or whatever. That needs help, because it's not an easy task.
No.
It's a small island, but with a big problem like this. But I'm thinking that the problem is slowly but surely getting less extreme. I think with the help of people like yourselves, all of you are doing great jobs in your own fields. I think maybe we're going in the right direction.
I hope so. I mean, at the end of the day, the expat society is very tiny compared to obviously Cypriots.
Yeah.
And as Sibel said, the Cypriot people, and I see it as well, I witness it, that they are now taking animals on board more as part of their family.
Yeah.
And seeing sort of British views about animals in a different light. So once we get Cypriots on board, then obviously things will go forward a lot faster.
Belediye, I think some of the belediyes are the shelters.
Yeah.
If they involve more, I think it will be helpful as well.
So do you think, I know that in Guinea we have a new
Nicosia also,
shelter.
I think they're doing it.
And
as far as I know,
this is very important, isn't it? To have the shelter, to keep them contained there, and then they can be looked after, and then you can do all the neutering, spaying, whatever you need to do, and because that's the problem, isn't it? If they're just roaming the streets, there's no control
No.
of what's going on. So
But shelters are really not the answer. The spaying and neutering is the answer.
Yeah,
I
is the
mean,
answer.
Shelters are long-term imprisonment really.
but maybe people can go there, maybe find a dog and home them, take them home.
Yes, yeah,
But they're doing the operations as well.
yeah. They need to do that.
Nicosia Belediye and Kayvinya Belediye are doing some operations, paying for the strays operation.
Yeah.
It's a very, very serious and very, very difficult problem to solve. But like I said, I think with the help of you guys, with groups like Hope4Pets, we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
One dog saved is one dog's life in a better.
It's changed. Yeah, it's changed
situation.
that dog's life forever. Yeah.
Yeah, like Frodo's life being changed forever. Tell us more about the therapy side, because you said to me very briefly, you said about taking him to schools, interacting with children. How is he a therapy dog? Who does he help? How can we benefit from having a dog like Frodo by our side?
Well, it's scientifically proven that animals can help with therapy of all different children, people that are physically and mentally sick. They can stimulate well-being and healing with them. As you said earlier, your intern was actually frightened of dogs, and within a very short period of time, Frodo went to her and made friends with her, and she was actually putting her hand out herself to stroke him, and she was frightened. And he has that sort of way about him with handicapped children as well. And he actually went over to a guy that, with dementia who sits outside his house all the time, never speaks, never does anything. Frodo went over to him, he sat by his side, and the guy, within 2-3 minutes, he was lifting his hand, he was smiling, he was trying to pat him, and he was even trying to speak. So that is the sort of thing that a therapy dog will do. Right. They transmit that energy towards people. They give love unconditionally, and they give them that healing support, which is essential. Yeah.
So how does that work? I mean, can you train a dog to be a therapy dog, or was he born to be a therapy dog?
I think he was actually born. I mean, yes, I do training with him,
Yeah.
but it comes very natural to him, very natural.
It does seem natural, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Sibel, as a vet, do you think that it's easy for certain dogs to be trained?
No,
Like this?
it's not easy.
It's not easy, is it?
No.
And normally we think
Every
of
dog.
purebred dogs that are very clever dogs, and then, you know, they are natural, like, you know, German Shepherds, natural leaders, or,
Yeah.
you know, certain dogs are very comforting. But, you know, Frodo is a stray dog.
I mean, it doesn't matter which breed
What
they
breed,
are.
yeah.
Even in the same breed, it change animal to animal. You know, they all have different personality. You know.
Yeah.
He actually, what he started doing naturally himself quite recently, when people have been sick, he's been going over to them, and for instance, like a bad knee or an arm or anything, and he's been going over to them and putting his head on that particular area, sort of having a little smell and putting his head on that area. So he's actually sensing that someone's sick and ill, which is another thing.
Wow.
Which that happens all over the world now. There are dogs that are being trained to actually smell out and diagnose cancer and things like that, so they can look into it more scientifically.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah.
what a clever dog he is. How old is he now? How long has it been since you had him?
I picked him up in January last year, and he was about 4.5 months old then. So
20 months.
yeah, he's about
maximum.
20. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. What a clever dog. What a loving dog he is. A great mascot for Hope4Pets. And, you know, you were saying as well that disabled children, you know, young children who might be a bit frightened of dogs, he would definitely get everyone on his side, wouldn't he?
He does. He gets people and he gets other animals on his side as well, animals that have been aggressive as well. He just works around them. It's Frodo that...
But what I find amazing, Liz, I mean, you're sitting here with us looking at Frodo and everything as well, that a street dog that might have been abused, we don't know. I mean, you said you saw a scar, whatever, or it's like it might have been an accident, whatever. He was a bit frightened at first. Took a week for Stephanie to catch him. Would you expect a dog like this to be so good now? Is it usual in the UK even to have?
Well, my dog definitely isn't. That I took back. He was not calm at all. He was calm while he was here, and then when he's in the UK, he wasn't very friendly with anybody. So I had actually to get people to train him to be calm. So no, that's very unusual.
It is
Very
unusual,
unusual.
isn't it? Very good story that should be shared, and we are showing it now on television here at BRTK. But he could probably put, you know, some UK dogs, trained UK dogs to shame, couldn't he? I think.
Definitely.
What an amazing creature he is. But it just goes to show that there's always, you know, light at the end of the tunnel, and that, you know, it's not all doom and gloom.
No.
And things are just, you know, things happen because they have to happen in this world. And he was meant to be with you.
He was.
Meant to be having this role now.
There we go, goosebumps. Yeah.
Well, you give me, he's giving us goosebumps here just by the way he is. You know, what an amazing creature. So what's your typical day, Stephanie, when it comes to Hope4Pets? Because I know that, as I said before,
Don't do
when
today.
Denise was phoning you about a dog that she found, you know, you were quite prompt, and you were lucky to find a home quite relatively quick because the dog was a very beautiful and quite, you know, an amazing dog that was found. But do you have to, are you getting calls all day long from people?
Yeah.
Come here, go there?
Yeah.
Are you running around all the time?
Yeah, it's non-stop. Yeah, to be honest, we really do need more volunteers to help out and do things, because since we've got the charity status over here, the momentum is really growing. We're getting people supporting us in different areas, doing events for us and fundraising for us as well. But it is escalating, and we need other people on board to help with all this momentum and the coverage that we're getting as well.
Do you have a team with you, or who is it mainly in the group?
Well, we've got a very small team that actually participate. Liz being one, and Emma Eminsoy the other, and myself. And we're the sort of main core of it. But we've recently got 3 other ladies, 2 that are doing a stall for us, and another lady that's doing certain things where she can and help.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few others that are coming in and, as I say, doing events. But we need people to just put their hands up and say, okay, we'll do this for you, or we'll do that for you on a regular basis.
And are you island-wide, or are you just based in the Guinea area? I mean, is someone phoning from Famagusta?
If we could help, we would, yeah.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Although I know that there are other groups all around the island.
No, we don't segregate to one area at all. If we can help or get someone in that area to help support via us, then we will do it if we're able, yeah. Yeah.
And I think all your information and contact details are on Facebook, aren't they?
They are,
so
yeah.
if they want to find out more,
Yeah.
just go to the Hope4Pets Facebook page,
Yeah.
and they can contact you or whoever else is available.
That's right, or the website.
Or the website,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
Hope4Pets, northcyprus.com.
Yeah, .com.
Fantastic. And again, we have the lovely Sibel, and she's going to be helping. She helps out whenever she can with the animals. But it's not an easy job that you have either. No. With the number of people with animals coming to you saying, "Please help." What can we do, Sibel, as a community? When we get a new animal, should we then come to you to a vet and say, "Okay, should we neuter them? Should we spay them? Should we? How can we, individuals, help control the number of stray dogs that are...
Oh, definitely neutering. I mean, the spaying operations are, it must be done.
Yeah.
At least we can reduce the kittens. You can't believe, I mean, in the last few months, how many sick kittens coming every single day. We're receiving at least few sick kittens around this because of the season. It's the same, I mean, the dogs during the year doesn't matter, but I mean, at the moment it's the problem with the kittens. If everybody, because they believe if they, spay their animals, that the animals will lose the sense, or, hormonal things get, the put weight on and stuff. But I mean, on the other hand, they have to think about, the puppy, what's going to happen once they have the puppies, To find a home, it's really hard. We have so many outside anyway. If somebody wants to have the dog, you just walk around, you will find one. So easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, to let the dogs having puppies or kittens, at the end of the day, you need to find them a good home, which is really hard.
It is very hard. And I think that those who love dogs have a lot of dogs, and those who don't have dogs at all, don't even want to go there. But it seems like those people who have one dog becomes two becomes three. And it depends on how big your home is or how much space you've got. I mean, like you say, you can't rescue every single dog, but it seems like once you're a dog lover and you have that dog in your home, you seem to want to help.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
It is, yeah. I do believe there have to be limits. You have to try and draw that limit within your own lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because it can get out of hand. And then you're not actually being fair to yourself or the animals. I think you've got to mentally say to yourself that cut-off point.
Yeah.
But then again, I said that when I took Frodo on, so that's a bit contradictory comment.
But if you're an animal lover, and it's not easy to turn your back away and say, no, I don't want to get involved, because...
No, you can't. I think when you're involved in rescue, as we are, just to walk past, you have to do something.
Yeah.
And I do believe with Hope4Pets now that people are not walking past so much. They'll call us, they'll contact us, and they'll actually say, can you help? And we will do in any way we can with anything, instead of just walking on by and leaving us an injured or sick animal at the side of the road. So that's a good thing as well, which encourages other people to do the same.
I know you had recently a meet and greet event. I know that you have stalls going on regularly. How can people help? As we're coming towards the end of this interview now, what can we, the viewers out there, the public, do to help a charity like yours? Do you need financial assistance? Do you
Foster homes.
You want them to foster? We need foster homes.
Yeah.
We need financial support. We need volunteers to maybe go out and about and do the physical running around. And matching dog to home.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do fundraisers for us. Yeah. Anything that they can possibly offer to us, we're grateful of anything. Bric-a-brac for the store, for instance.
Where is the store? Where and
It's
when?
at Limar, Chitalcoy Limar supermarket.
It's every
Wednesday, excluding the last Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
And we've got a few events going on. We've actually got a quiz night at Red Ribbon in Caracum on the 5th of July. That should be a nice one to go to for everyone. So, and people can publicise it, and they can join the Facebook group and share all these things, because sharing is an amazing thing. That's how we've managed to help so many animals.
Yes.
Just that one share can be that one share for that right animal.
Yeah. If you share it and the right person sees that share, that's it. That's that home for that animal found. And Liz, you know, your accountant, should we say, designated accountant, how come, you know, do you get donations from people? I mean, are people coming to you and saying, well, I can't do anything else, I can't have this dog, but here's some money to help, you know, fund its treatment or whatever?
We set up one where we asked for people for 5 TL, didn't we, or £1 a month. So everybody can afford, you know, 5 TL or £1. And so people donate straight to the bank with that, so they can set up a standing order, or they can donate through our GoFundMe page or PayPal. So whatever anybody can afford, it's great.
And everyone's a volunteer, so any money given to the charity, it all goes back straight to the animals.
Yeah. That has to be said as well, because we don't take wages of any description or expenses. So every penny, kurush, lira, pound that is donated goes straight into the kitty for the animals.
Yeah. And the English charity, it has to be audited by an outside accountancy firm. Yeah. So everything's in there, and it's, you know, all accounted for, every single penny.
So anyone who wants to see the books can see the books and say
they're actually on the government website.
Right, so there you are. So if you want to, you know, find out more, go onto the website for Hope4Pets, and
you just search the charity, and it comes up on the Charity Commission website.
So you're happy to be part of this charity. And are you taking any more dogs back with you this time you go back to the UK, or hopefully not this time?
Well, one's actually turned up at the house, but I'm really hoping it's got on own. It looks okay, and it's not hungry, so I'm hoping it's just wandering.
Just wandering, and not looking for Liz to take you home again.
No, please, no.
How many dogs do you have at home, by the way?
I have actually only got 2.
Only 2? Oh, you're lucky then, you're all right with 2?
Yeah, I'm okay with 2. Well, I work full time, and I don't think it's particularly fair, because we can't let them out in the UK, but you know,
so
they're not allowed sort of.
So 2's enough at the moment.
2's fine.
But if you want Liz's help in bringing dogs to the UK, then maybe she can show you the right way, help you out there, and put you in through to Hope4Pets here in the TRNC North Cyprus. I just want to say thank you very much for coming in today with Frodo, who has been an amazing guest, the most gentle guest ever on my programme. The very first time I've had an animal on my programme. I think probably the very first time BRT has hosted an animal on its TV shows. But he's now waking up. Thank you, Frodo, for being such a wonderful, caring dog. You're amazing. It's goodbye.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Thank you for giving so much joy to your owners, and also to all the other people that you meet every day. When you go out to the children and to the elderly, to the sick. But, you know, an amazing story, Stephanie. I've never been so overwhelmed by a dog like this in my life. But, you know, it just goes to show that, you know, never turn a blind eye to any dog on the street. Because it could be another Frodo, another wonderful, amazing dog.
Yeah.
But thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you for having us, John.
You're more than welcome.
Spreading the word again. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. If there's anything we can do to help, we're here for you. And again, contact details, you can find Stephanie Harrison Croft on Facebook, but also Hope4Pets on Facebook. Sibel is part of Pet Cross, which is in Bella Pius, so you can go to the lovely Sibel, and she'll be welcoming you with open arms, but do not dump any dogs on her, please. She has enough dogs and cats to look after.
Yeah,
but
Sibel, 20 cats outside of the surgery.
Sibel, thank you very much for coming in today and speaking with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing all this good work for the charity as well, for supporting all the animals that are given to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Liz, thank you for coming on the programme today as well, giving your views. And I hope that you have a safe trip back to the UK when you
Thank
do
you.
go. But thank you for being a great friend of the charity and of Hope4Pets as well.
No
Send our
problem.
best wishes back to the UK.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And with that, it's goodbye from everyone here, including Frodo the dog, here at the BRTK studios. Until the next cup of conversation, take care and go well. Bye-bye.